Hey kids, what am I supposed to say here? Oh yeah, welcome back to my channel. What else? Oh yeah, and without further ado, let's just get right into it. Like and subscribe for more videos. Blah, 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 blah. No, but okay, for real. So I thrifted this hoodie from the Salvation Army, and I think it was like $10. It was new, so that wasn't bad. I really love my other thrift store though, where everything, no matter what it is $3, which cannot be beat. So what I decided to do was like what is it called? Like an appliqué mural. I was inspired by those tattoos of forest silhouette where it wraps around her arm. So I was going for that, but I didn't want it to be all the way around. I wanted there to be an open space. So I was going for that, and as you can see, I do a lot of dancing while I'm working. And my dog loves to either join in or just literally stare at me for hours on end until she gets tired and falls asleep. I had to stitch it a lot by hand. I used my machine for part of it. I wanted it to be secure, and I used matching threads so it doesn't show up anyway. And then I wanted the edges to be a little frayed, so I left those frayed a bit. And so yeah, I stitched the first pass by machine and secured it all on there. I think I started with the bottom, the straight edge, and then I did a bunch of zigzagging. So that was fun. I'm glad I got this machine. I had just the industrial with, it doesn't have a free arm, so I really did need to get something else, and it works great. So yeah, I decided to make it a whole scene, and I had this awesome, it's like a sample booklet of materials. They're like upholstery materials. I think it was an upholstery business that was just getting rid of all their samples. They were in booklets, and I grabbed a bunch. I love being able to use stuff like that. I found some that had this swirly pattern that kind of looks like watercolory, and it looked like a moon, so I cut out a piece. I made it humongous. I love humongous full moons, which actually there was just tonight. The moon was really gigantic and bright above the tree line, and when it's that close to the horizon, it just looks huge, and I love it. So how I got that on there was I used a zigzag stitch, which was another reason why I needed this machine. My Adler doesn't do zigzag. Just does the regular straight stitch, which is perfect for, thick leather and things like that. But so the moon was with a zigzag stitch all the way around, and that came out just how I wanted it. And then I used my Cricut to cut out some fabric animals. There's an owl in flight, and all of these had to be stitched on by hand. I used some double-sided tape to secure them, and then I hand stitched them all. So there's the owl. I love owls. And then this wolf, this howling wolf in black. There were some stretchy jeans that I had that didn't fit me anymore. I had them for so many years though, so couldn't really give them away. But use the materials. Cut out another owl, but this was just perched on the nape of the neck, chilling there, kind of hidden because you don't see him until you put your hood up, which I like. Okay, and to get that owl in there, the hood itself had 2 layers so that when the hood is down, you see the same material as the outside. Like the inside of the hood is the same material, so I didn't want to have stitching showing through there. So what I had to do was, as you can see, I had to seam rip so that I could get my hand in there and stitch the owl in by hand, and then I had to stitch up the hole. And then I also wanted the tail feathers to just barely sink down below the nape seam. This is just what I wanted. I don't know, sometimes I get particular about things, and I just think of them a certain way, and that's just how they have to be. So I had to close up the hole and then stitch the tail feathers down because they were going over the seam. So then I'm cleaning it up, stitching the hole closed, taking care of my puppy and giving her treats. She's such a good little sidekick. And yeah, I'd say overall this project took me, I think it was 4 or 5 days. Things I would like to do differently is keep better track of my time in the future from beginning to end. I would also like to do a better, more concise job of filming because it's not necessary to record all of that. So I'd like to get better at that, knowing when and what to film. Another thing that I wish I had done differently was the wolf on the sleeve. I placed it without wearing the sweatshirt, so the placement of it ended up a little different than where I thought it would land, so that when it's on, it's not directly on the top of the wrist, which is where I thought it would be. But I still really like it. I'm not mad at it. It's not diabolical or anything.
Words of wisdom.
I do know that it's going to be hard also to figure out how to price things. I think that might be something a lot of people run into, but I know for me, I've had, an Etsy store before. I think the hardest thing is to know how to price out your own art, and looking at what some other creators do that are in like a similar genre. I've seen you can definitely make a living doing it, but unless you're a loyal fan of that artist, and I hope to get there someday, I just can't see charging $350 for a hoodie, but it's so rewarding for me just to be able to do the work. But I also have bills, and like anyone, and I drink like a smoothie a day. Those are expensive to make. There's a lot of ingredients in those. Smoothies are gonna put me in the hole by themselves if I don't start making some money here. So buy my stuff so I can drink my smoothies. That's my slogan. We'll work for smoothies. Overall, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It's very much my vibes, and I hope somebody likes it. Thank you so much for joining me and watching. Please share with someone who you think may be interested, and give whatever feedback that you may have. Definitely be nice. I have more projects coming up. I have a leather jacket I'm working on. It's been in the works for a while, and I plan to finish. I ran into hiccups, so I'm going to share that in my next video, and hopefully get it finished and get it listed on a store. So look out for that video, and yeah, thank you all. Good night.